guys, hello. Sorry for the delay. I had some stuff I had to deal with, some some personal things. That's all I'll say about that. Just the morning routine. It took a little bit longer than usual. Got caught up, doing got caught up doing things, and had started the stream, time, but sometimes life just gets in the way. So, um, I have a couple things I'd like to, or a couple of announcements, I guess you could say, before we begin our stream, and also talk about what the stream is about today. So it's gonna be. We'll start with that, I suppose. What is our stream going to be about today? Well, going to be doing more production, and we're going to be. Let's see. This. Hello. So today we're going to be doing some more production with this, and with Ableton as well. And we're going to be starting with our house project, and we're then going to be moving to our trap project that we worked on previously, and we're going to see what needs to be done to finish that up, or I guess not really finish it up, but sort of make a first exportable version where we could take this the whole song in the form of just like a WAV file, just like this would be, just be a WAV file. Export the whole song to that. That way we could play it in different speaker systems, and we could see what our song sounds like multiple places. Does it sound good on a phone? Does it sound good on a decent speaker system? Does it sound good in the car? So there are some things that need to be done in that regard. In terms of the mastering and mixing process, right? When you're finalizing a song, when you're getting all the parameters right, just the frequencies in the right place, you want to make sure that it's because you've been mixing on one pair of headphones, or at least in my case, I've been mixing on headphones this whole time. So I have a excuse me, I have to actually get those headphones here. Oh. In my case, I've been mixing this whole time on a single pair of headphones on these, and they might not be the best sound quality exactly. I got these for $20, but they're surprisingly good and they're surprisingly comfortable. And my Bose headphones, which are noise canceling and all fancy and stuff. Well, the cable conked out on me, so I need to get a new cable for that one. But I've been mixing on kind of both of those. But how does it sound on let's say the speakers, for example? How does it sound on these? Right. Another thing I'd want to test out is maybe how does it sound coming out of a phone, right? We need to know. It's fine. You get the point. You could play it on multiple speaker systems. Make sure it sounds good everywhere. And you think of the average listener, but we'll get into more of that advice when we actually start to get into that process, because I'm certain that even though I'm setting the ambitious goal of all right, we're gonna do the drop for the house project, and then we're going to finalize the mastering on the trap project. Well, it's not really a realistic goal. It's a long-term goal for both of those, but not necessarily that long of a term. We don't want to rush ourselves either, because we want to prefer. In my case, I want to prefer quality. I don't want to rush things too much. I have rushed them somewhat, but that was because I wanted to just quickly generate information, like material, and just get it on the track, and then have something to work from. So by finalize the trout project, I don't necessarily. I'm not meaning that I'll get to it today. We're going to just kind of start that process back. And for the house dropper, we did somewhat lay down the foundations yesterday. So I mean, we'll be able to get there today. And then, all right. So having all that being said, get to some. I would like to say one thing, especially about the viewership here. I guess this isn't exactly that, but if you look here on the left, I would like to, and it would be nice if this number on the left was a little bit above 0, and I think I mostly know why, for students' case specifically, um, like for BVMP kids, why no one can really get to this. Well, simple. Virtual school is happening. Everyone's on their computer all the time, doing homework, doing class, doing that. So I was thinking, now I'd like to get input from more than, just a few people on this, and I'll bring up the subject as well to the higher ups, to people, to kitchen and all them charge. Um, I'd like to shift this to be. Okay, let me change this now. I'd like it to be somewhat like this. 9:30 or something something earlier or later than that, but that's something that I can reason. I'm mostly home around that time, and I'm assuming that kids will be mostly home around that time and maybe done with their classes. I'm honestly not sure how. Okay, of course, we're not going to be doing that today, but um, I'm going to pitch this to them, and we'll see if that's feasible. But I want feedback from kids. So I'll be putting the word out. I'll be asking people, would you be able to attend? Would you be able to come to this session? Would you be able to attend this session? And if everyone can attend this session, I will tailor these streams to their requests. If they want to learn about a specific topic or a specific instrument, or maybe even a specific program, like on the computer, because everyone's on the computer. So this is all subject to change, but for now we're going to be doing our production streams here, and I would like to shift them later to see if we can get a little bit more viewership, because I'm just thinking kids aren't available at this time. I'll have to ask around and see. But yeah, we're just gonna go ahead with this now. So I have rambled on for quite a while. It's already noon now, so we'll be going for a little bit today. Probably like about 2 or so, just because I have set 2 goals for myself. Let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Let's do it. Let's do it. So we're working on our house project. So yeah, I'm going to put the word out. I'm going to start tomorrow later. I'm going to put the word out to everyone who has watched in the past, and I don't exactly have the contacts of everyone either. So I'll be somehow contacting everyone. I don't know, but it's all up in the air at the moment. But I'll tell you what isn't up in the air is this project here. But we Probably can't hear it because I haven't unmuted it in OBS. Oh, yes, I have. Yes, I have. I just need to bring it up a little bit. And also need to unsolo particular tracks I'm using. Okay, what is open right now? Okay, just the drums. Oof. Okay, so first thing I'm noticing right off the bat is we're getting quite a lot of distortion here. So I just want to deal with that before we're moving forward, and kind of isolate the cause of this. What's going on with this patch here? Whoop. Yeah, that ought to deal with that. And then we get to fill this in. That's kind of the goal today here. But just want to kind of just like get more acclimated with this build up here, just so we have a better idea of what to put there. And this still needs some work too, of course. Ah, see, it's really distorted right here. That's what I was hearing earlier. Oh, you know what it is? It's the resonance of the filter. Right here. Now I play it from here. Okay, so I want to balance these two groups again. Play them next to each other, or play them both. this a little bit more transient actually, so let's pull back on the OTT. Pull back on the space a bit too. And then let's throw on drum bus. This is a nice way of using this plugin. Enhance not the transient of just drums, but everything, you know. Possible to do. Don't need to use any of these other features here. You can pull the drive down a lot. And let's pull up this transients knob here. Yeah, that'll be good. What if I just shorten the notes themselves here? Yeah, let's just do this maybe. That space is doing quite a bit there. Let's combine it with this. Let's maybe have a way of controlling this, the dimension on this massive patch. So that'll be here. Make a loop so I don't have to keep doing that myself. Had a little bit of motion there with the LFO. I missed some funky stuff with the pitch. Check it out. So, what if I just do it a little bit? Kind of decays a bit. Cool. So then I can mix that out if I want to. I just have to configure it in Ableton. Then it turns out really lame, doesn't it? Oh, you know what? Let's make it so the reverb mixes out too. I can mix that in with Dimension Expander. And maybe I'll make the size change a bit. No, never mind on that one. There, let's use it on density, maybe? Wow, what a difference. Jeez. Can I maybe change the filter cutoff some? Okay, that's good enough. That's good enough. Tell you what, I'm gonna have this come out here, and then it will. You know what it is? Is the filter here is affecting everything, right? Is there? Yeah, there is a filter motion there. That. There's a slow ramping up filter motion there. I want to kind of bypass that for a specific one. But I still want to have a compressor, a sidechain compression on it. Okay, let's do that. So I'm going to take this clip, or take this whole track actually. I'm going to move it outside of the group so it doesn't get filtered. Right above. And then, let's rename it OP1 drive pad, I guess I could say. So already we have an issue. We need to paste in our sidechain compression. Let's start it with no phaser. Nice. Okay, so, but I want to have this. I want to make this have a filter of its own as well. That could even have its own sidechain source. Sure. Where's the sidechain's influence on the filter here? Doesn't appear to be working. Alright, well, never mind then. Guess we'll just use the built-in auto, or we'll just use the built-in LFO. Find the sidechain part of that. Let's loop this part. I like this one. Let's make sure we put it before the EQ though. Start out there. Slowly start to bring it up. And then we'll also bring down the auto filters LFO amount as well. So that will come down. Yeah, that should probably come out right there. Let's have that happen a lot faster. So you get like, you know, so it'll be down for that much. Come rapidly back up. Maybe even less time. We'll see what this part sounds like without this whole pad here. Let's have these really filtered out here. It's already getting rid of those lows. Okay, I've got an idea for the build up. We can take this whole clip. Let's take this part of it, and then we'll use the clip automation to transpose it up a little bit. So over time, have this part rise up to maybe 12 semitones. We'll have it curve a bit, and then let's hear this. Well, it's not going to start spinning up until it's supposed to curve over time. Why not? Okay, something's really wrong with the... Okay, so I think we need to use this mode, rather. Yep, that was it. Let's use Complex Pro instead. Same here. Have a pitch bend back down. It's back. Yeah, we'll have it happen there instead. We'll have a, okay, the autofilter frequency is happening there. Maybe I could have the LFO amount go up there as well. Cool. Okay, bass. Let's actually do that now. Here. Still not sure why that happens. I think it's to do with the comb filter. Yep, that's what it is. Where is that anyway? Yeah, the comb filter. Macro 3, bring this on. So let me quickly explain what's going on here. So we've got this bass sound, which we're trying to come up with several different sort of snapshots of like filters or certain filters or effects being mixed in or not. So I haven't titled these macros yet, so I'm not quite sure what they do, but I can mess with them. So this, and I can also see what parameters they're controlling. It's controlling the warp of A and the wet and the filter. There's the phaser mix. I'm not sure why it's controlling those two particularly. I want to bring this one up with. Violet, interesting. was that one? Sub you saw. Oh, that's kind of interesting. I added some unison. Is that a separate LFO controlling this level? I want to clean this patch up a bit. Yeah, this. So yeah, handy trick if you want to clean up a bass patch. Make sure that you have an LFO or some sort of envelope controlling the level of your waveform. You could always use an envelope, but the thing about envelopes is they constantly sustain if you hold down the note. These will fully reduce the volume and bring it back up when you just hold down one note, right? I've got some knobs assigned here. I also want to change the. This is the color that black shows up as. It shows up as brown. So that's like our delay, right? This gets rid of the noise, but the noise is still technically muted. Sure if that's like a good noise for this. Error. Well, that's fun. Still can't hear it that much. Let's use LFO 4 instead. Controlling the pitch. Move that. Make it LFO 4. Like this. Verse. Nah. Yeah, FM isn't even making that much of a difference. Controlling this. Let's save this one. This is like kind of a separate shaped house bass. Version 2. I kind of want to keep both versions here. I saved it already. I've kind of drastically changed it, so I want to reflect that. Let's also assign macro 4 to the LFO speed. I know I already have it configured here. I'll get rid of that. LFO rate, LFO 2 rate. I'm going to instead assign LFO 1 and 4 actually to the same because, well, maybe we could kind of experiment actually. No, we want to change them together. See, so let's set them both to 1/4 exactly. Typing it in. And then we'll assign macro 4. Press Option Shift to make it a unipolar. We're going to go up maybe 20. The same thing for LFO4. We'll go here to 20. Option Shift. And then rename this as LFO speeds. Okay, that's definitely not speeds. Okay, cool. I think I may go that fast, or that fast. The reverb controllable with this. This one controlling. What is macro 2 controlling here? Oh, the distortion. Of course. Oh man, the noise is very intense without it. Bring it down some. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Oh. Also make this turn down the resonance and the oof of the filter. I don't even know what it... I also want a parameter to control. Okay, we've got filter cutoff. That's pretty cool. Okay. And then let's hear this. It's going through a comb filter, right? What filter was it going through? Flanger. Ah. no on the phaser. Let's control the resonance instead, and then I'll have the LFO1 dictate the motion of that cutoff. Delay, and that's what this does. What does this do? Distortion. It should also control the filter. Well, hold on. It wasn't even on. Then maybe not. We'll use macro 3s. Macro 1. Okay, I'll make it separate. Let's get rid of these LFO rates, and we'll make the mix of the flanger, or the high pass frequency, controllable here. I'll choose one of these. Let's have it all the way in all the time. Another option. Okay. And then our other bass there, but I want to use particularly these sounds, right? Yeah, something like that. Boom, 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 boom. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we'll lay that down, and then on top of it, we'll use stuff from here. And another thing I'd like to do is throw an EQ right after these basses, because got a lot of low end, so we can cut that out of this. Even though these are basses, don't want it getting in the way of this sub energy, right? Do is copy this whole group. Actually, before we start copying things over, let's align the notes a bit. 16th note, and I want to commit the groove so that they're swung, and then I can start to slice and move around. And of course I need to move it to the fact that's active. And then I can come down here, particularly make this more interesting. Loop this, kind of get this particular little bass figure sorted, and then we'll do the next one, and the next one, and the next one. And each one will have its own little character to it. How long have we been live for? Alright, I do want to move on to the next project, but that'll be, of course, we'll do that later. I have one or so. Let's make sure this section's looping. Pressing this little button here. And then let's go back to our bass. See what we can automate. Change the delay up a bit with this one. Something else is controlling this. What is it? Going on the right side. That's so weird. Oh. Yeah, I don't get why it's only resonating on that the right side. You know, the right ear. What if I switch filters? Well, now it's on the left side. I know, I'm spending a lot of time on this. I want to get it just right. Alright. Do something with this as well. That's kind of nice. I like that. Perhaps I want to control them separately. So maybe we'll do the delay as its own separate control here. Okay, so cold coffee. Ugh. Oh, I'm not gonna be doing a deal with that in a minute. Oh my god, that was nasty. Oof. Okay. Don't need this control because it's already on macro 3. Tempted to mix it down to mono and see what happens, but that might kill a lot of the stereo effects going on. I'll just have to have another patch which resonates on the left. Yeah, so I'll have to have something else beneath it, maybe this drill variation that has some sort of comb flange filter on it. So right now it's got a flange filter. Let's use a comb instead. I make the same filter motion we had on the other one. Make the rate of this controllable. Okay, ended up with something entirely different. I wanted something that resonated on the left, but that's cooler. I like where it went. Let's instead do this. Maybe it's not going to sound like that. Whoops. Maybe for a moment, but not all the time. And we want LFO speed. That's on macro 4, I believe. So we want that on 16s here. Bring it down to quarter, and then eighth here. That's still 16th. That makes a cool groove, right? This on the right, this on the left, maybe? clip as well. I'll put it on plain phase, maybe? Or maybe I'll use plain phased when there's other basses going on. This here. Maybe there's too much going on with the other parts too. Okay, maybe I'll make this fade in with a filter. Prime example. I'll use the LFO mount to also bring it in. Copy these two things. Well, let's hear it first. And I'm going to make a change to the build-up too. Add in the effects. Do this again. This can be cut out entirely. This can come out faster. Then can immediately go away. So I'll cut the filter out like that. So it should fade right up. And then, okay, yeah, that's still not doing what I want it to. So we will use a utility plugin instead. Okay, so here I just want to automate the gain to be negative infinity here, right after the drop for about a measure, or 2 measures. So it's going to go. Oh, you know what it is? It's the delay. There is a bit of delay on this entire group, isn't there? Yes, there is. Okay, that needs to be cut out then. So replica mix. Yeah, it needs to be just completely gutted there. And I think that would have worked fine if... Yeah, that would have worked just fine, actually. So I didn't need this utility plugin at all. I can actually use the filter like before. Should work now. Yay! Okay, well, we still want to have it cut off for longer like that. Great. Probably want to make that change, well... in other places as well, right? Okay, that's good. Probably don't need that. Another thing that's missing out is this. Is the bass probably needs to be sidechain, or not sidechain, but filtered out by a high pass here. So FX filter. We'll just copy this exact, whoops, this exact motion up to the high pass filter. Not entirely, obviously. We'll bring it down some. The general idea is the same. Whoops, that was perfect how I had it. Something in the drums can happen at the beginning. Oh yeah, that's a whole a whole groove, right? That I forgot to slice up. There's some impacts in these other kits somewhere. One. Yeah, that's all of the auxiliary. Let's find a reverse cymbal real quick. I think that will be. Or let's find a cymbal. It's nice. Just not even reverse. That's a nice little kind of housey crash, right? I'll take that one. That could be useful. Which one is it? There's one in here that I forgot to slice, and that's going to be, yeah, this one. It's not that one. add a reverse version of this crash over here. And is there fade in as well? Oh, SPF. This? Really? Oh, is it below or above? Oh, it's up here. Aha. I like this knock. That's why I wanted this loop. Okay, cool. Okay, I want this and the crash to be in the same choke group so that the crash cuts off the reverse crash. Very simple. All I gotta do is this one, put it in choke group 1, play this one, put it in choke group 1. There we go. So now we get something like this. I want to extend this as well to the beginning of the measure, or maybe here. Do a velocity ramp. Here, I'll just select all these. Draw a nice little velocity ramp. And then I want them to also pitch bend up a little bit, so that can be done by finding the control for the pitch, transposition. Okay, I'm going to add a lane for that. From here, I'm going to drop it back down to 4 semitones afterwards, but we're going to rise it back up to 0. That. Maybe higher up. Cool. Just a small detail, but it adds a little bit, you know. Future work to be done, right? Let's have both, perhaps. Or this extend, right? Yeah, the clave. Perfect. automate the claves pitch just like we did in the main kit. And I might even want to move this particular thing down here because it's sharing the same sample. I'm not sure yet. Not sure yet. We'll just do the same thing. Controls, transposition, add a lane, automate this so that it's in tune. That. I believe that'll be right. Too high up. This one can be... Yeah, cool there too. Let's make it pitch bend up and down here. And more to be done. But that's all for that project for today. We're going to move on to the trap project some. And I'm not really sure. I haven't, to be honest, haven't visited it in a while. I've been working particularly on this one. But while I load that project up, I'm also going to go get some warm coffee for myself, and we'll be right back here once we load up our other project. Restroom. Yeah, this is technically right. I'm going to the bathroom too, so be right back. project right now. I assume. Spawn. Alrighty here. So let's see. A menu should show up when I do this. Stopped up. So yeah, I'm trying to resolve that right now. There we go. Easy as pie. Okay. Give it some time. Okay. I'm just familiarizing myself with it. Ooh. Alright, so this is a project that we've been working on previous streams that we have dubbed the Trap project. This is actually based on some samples that I found in Soundtrap, the online DAW. Brought them in to Ableton so that I could work on them further and do some more with the beat. And something I'm going to do before I go on to any further is there's a crash there at the start of the drop, and I want to do the same thing that I just did to that other house project, and I'm going to make a reverse crash that leads up into that crash sample and put them in the same choke group. I just got to find where it is. I believe it's in the drum group up here, and let's take a look at this. So yep, there it is. Let's consolidate all these together. And then we'll add a reverse crash sample. Where is it? Where is it? Up here, hardballer crash. No, it's not that one I'm using. Is it? So that one, the Ovo perk. Maybe I should use the other one. Actually. Okay, let's hear that in context. That might sound better. Yeah, that one actually is more in tune. Now, let's make a reverse version of this hardballer crash. So I'll make a copy, and then I'll go in and reverse the sample. Cut off that ending there. And then maybe bring this forward. And let's start the reverse sample right about... How long will this last? Then again, we've got to make sure that we put them in the same choke group. Is this even doing? Okay. All right. There we go. Okay, nice. I want to have another reverse ride here. Let's actually make a copy of this sample again and start it later, so it'll be quick. Like that, right? Then I want this to be able to be cut off by something else. I'll make this in choke group 1. This is in choke group 3, actually. Okay, then I'll make another version of this hardballer crash, or I'll use classic mode, where I can set the release and I can hold it down for a pre-set amount of time and cut off whenever I want to. This camera angle is kind of... Let me zoom out a bit. Better. There we go. Oops. Alrighty. Now you can actually see what I'm doing. Yay! So, all I did here is I changed the sampler mode from one shot, where if I press it, it plays all the way through the sample. But if I change it to... Let's see if I can do it from here. Oh yeah, here it is, mode. One shot. If I change it to classic, it gives us an envelope. So to attack, decay, sustain, release. If we were in one-shot mode, it wouldn't let us do this, but now we can decide when our crash stops crashing. But as a result of that, we're going to have to sustain the note however long we want it to sustain. So we'll drag this out, right? And then all of that prep was so that I could do something like this here. again with the reverse crash. It's gotta move back some. Even more. And I want to combine it with this oboe effects. I think I'm going to do that elsewhere too. So right here. This is already a complete package, isn't it? It's got the pitch bend up, it's got a little bit of white noise, it's got a little bit of cymbal, it's got everything. I'll maybe increase that fade in a little bit. Just time it right. Fits right in. Okay, not that far back. Okay, that ought to do it. I'm going to make this another classic mode so that I can have a release on it. So, classic. Release. I'm going to take it and I can just stop it whenever I want. So, let's pull this back. Extend it out. Whole gig was that I didn't have much of a drop too. Well, it's kind of just a carbon copy at the moment. I believe. Yeah, it pretty much is. Although I do switch it up here. Right? This is different. As opposed to yeah, okay, I gotta do something here then too. Maybe something different with the this background chord sound. Where is it? This. Yeah, definitely could use some variation. There's a lot of room for it, as you can see. Hey, look at all this stuff. So I'm guessing this is filter cutoff, right? Yeah. We can even make this be more dynamic for the first part. I want to have it like mirror the motion of the bass, like have these parts work together in terms of their automation rather than the parts themselves doing their own thing. I'd like, you know, for every even beat, right? It's kind of like leading up, right? Especially at the transitions here, like everything sort of just ramps up to the next section. But I kind of want to have it ramp up, back up, or just like change at the same time as other things changing, and that would be like on the even measures. I guess I could demonstrate. So like 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that would start building in here. It would build up into repetitions of the chord progression, even so, like mini builds, I guess you could say, of like, at least in this case, the filter, but it could be a bunch of other things happening at the same time. So, on that note, let's grab some more things. This is the autofilter's resonance. Maybe we don't want to mess with that too much. What is this? Distortion. What else is possible with this? Level, of course. Let's use blend AB maybe. What world is happening to the patch? Some sort of automation I'm missing here. This. Occurred to me something could be happening on the whole group here. No. second part I haven't exactly shaped yet. It's pretty much the same, right? Okay, let's finish putting this together. Went back way too far. I want to go here. So right here, I want to do something. Here. How about here? It's much more usable material on these. Let's copy this. There we go. And then continues. Okay, let's hear that with the beat. Let's make the beat match it better. So I think it's gonna be like that. Last part's going to be changed too. I'm just not sure what to yet. Maybe a hybrid of what's happened here. Oh my gosh, why is it so slow? Give it some time. Okay, I'm gonna copy this portion to the end rather than what's there. Some nice sampling material within that. How about this just continues? Actually, I had a different idea. What if I just take this, repeat it? Let's find like a little reverse sample. Or make a little reverse sample. Right here. Gonna have to consolidate it and then reverse it. Let it. Filter. Turn to this maybe. I'll copy this all. Starting from the top. Nope, that's not what I meant to do. I wanted to copy the entire 16 bars here and put them in drop to return. And then an outro. Well, what could we do for this outro? That we will just have to leave for next time because, you know, we're running out of time here. But I could do something. I could do something. I could bring in the chorus refrain. It's gonna be, you know, gonna be an outro. So song's pretty much done here. But what producers will often do, and what I'll do in this case, is they'll continue the beat. Even though the song has finished, they'll continue the beat for a little while so that DJs can actually use that section to mix into another song. You'll notice this at the end of, if you listen to EDM regularly, you'll notice that at the end of lots of songs there is a mix out section, and that's what it's so it's often what it's called, the mix out section, right? And that will allow DJs to just use that beat and bring in another instrumental or vocal or whatever, what have you. Let's have this extend quite a while. For some reason, okay, I need to consolidate these two. very end, we'll have one of these without all of that. Let's put a more of a fade in on that. Yeah. Oh yeah, right, I need to extend this note all the way out. Maybe soften it a bit. Boom, boom. We'll have other elements of it continue as well. I'll come up with a different horn rhythm there. Let's just hear this real quick. Cool. Okay, well, that's the start of an outro, at least. We've got drums, we've got horns. Not exactly sure how it's going to end up, but that's a good start, right? Yeah. So not much really left to do here. Just mostly mastering work, mostly balancing the elements. Most of the song itself is there, but we'll decide, if things need to be changed or not down the line once we hear it on multiple speaker systems and away from it. Helps also, like, I'm not gonna obviously not get to the mastering stage today, or to the export stage today, but that hopefully tomorrow we will be able to export this project, and then it could be tested on other speaker systems to see if it sounds good or not. And to me, I mean, since I've listened to it over and over and over again, it's going to sound different to me than it would to any other listener. So that's why once I put it out into the public domain, I mean, it already kind of is out in the public domain. I played it over and over and over on stream. But once it's a finished product as a full song away from this view, then you could start to get the judgments of others and start to, work off of any constructive criticism that you receive. It's doubtful that you receive any, though, because, people are like, song sucks, or they won't tell you why the song is bad, but they'll just tell you it's bad. But, yeah. I don't know what else to say about that, but, like, it's just, people think what they will. That shouldn't stop you from innovating. Okay. So, 11:30. I want to try going live later at night, but I'm going to start doing that next week instead of this. I'll be here tomorrow, Thursday, same time, maybe a little later. I ought to put 11:45, but I'm just going to say 11:30 just so I get started, you know, and then